All those in favour of Jackson Taylor meeting Mr. Mayhem. Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. Jackson Taylor himself shouldn't have been in favour of himself meeting Mr. Mayhem, and we put up a theory asking the question: should Jax have covered up the fact that Jury didn't rat and therefore escaped Mr. Mayhem? Well, we put it up and we've got some answers. Alright, we put the questions, you guys get the answers. 117 votes later, 24% have voted no. He shouldn't have covered up and he should have just let it play out the way it did. So a quarter of people think Jax was correct to essentially let the club vote Mr. Mayhem, come clean about the truth about Jury and the fact it was Borowski. While three quarters, alright, 75% of people are saying that Jax should have stuck to his guns about Jury, instead that he did in fact do it and pretend that Jury was this rat. Now, I think there's numerous ways to look at this, right? If you want Jax Taylor to live, right, and survive this show, all he has to do is stick to the fact, well, you know what, it was Jury that rat it. Now, you could argue if the Suns stick to that, maybe Indian Hills go sniffing about. Maybe they get a phone to hit. Well, I was going to say maybe they get a phone to Henry Lynn. Lynn's gone, right? Just shived him in the neck one too many times. But maybe they go to other triads and get more information. But honestly, when you look at Jax's Mayhem folk, right, it's not a case of it was a slam dunk because we seen how hard it was, even with Jax's blessing, for Sam Crow to vote Mayhem on him. If Jax truly wanted to live, he would have just told Chibs, here, I don't give two shits about the blowback. You guys are voting nay. You guys are voting no for Mr. Mayhem. Now, on saying that, could he have got stripped of his patch? I mean, that is another scenario. We seen with Clay, he got stripped of his patch and then he got the Mayhem vote. Now, is that a plot? Is that a plot hole? The fact they never voted on Jax being stripped of his patch. You could argue yes, but the fact that Chibs is like, right, this has to land. We're doing this. There's no even point of it being up for debate if his patch is getting stripped. It's almost a case of with Clay, they could not fucking have him at the club anymore, right? But they might not have been willing to take his life, even though pretty much everybody voted to take his life other than Bobby. But with Jax, it's like, well, if we're not voting, if one of us does not agree to kill him, then he's still welcome at the table as the president. But obviously, Jax, he wanted to go out. He told Chibs this. Chibs relayed that to the troops, and they all voted, yeah, Jackson Taylor meeting Mr. Mayhem. But you look at Jury, right? And I guess the saving grace, even Jax says to the council, he says, you know what, I lied about Jury. He, in fact, didn't rat. It was Borowski. But my guys are still going for self-defense. I punched him. He went for his gun. I shot him. I love Jury, but I killed the bastard. And no matter what you say, it is self-defense. Even though Jax initiated the contact, he hit the right hook and Jury's on the ground, and it's judge, jury, executioner, all that, all the cliches in there, all the puns. But it still was self-defense, and like I say, Jax, even with admitting to the council that, you know what, I did kill Jury and he wasn't a rat, but it was still self-defense. I think he still could have got off with that without causing a massive SOA civil war. But if you go one better and stick to the guns that Jury is in fact a rat, I don't think there's going to be a Sons of Anarchy civil war. You know, I know you'd Goldberg, you'd the Indian Hills. I can't even what's his name, Thatcher or something like Thatcher. Then obviously you've got Packer. They were kind of adamant that it was going to vibrate across the whole organization, brother. You know, this needs to Mayhem has to land. But honestly, the Redwood Charter, the Mother Charter, I get it. It does set a dangerous precedent if the president of Sam Crow can just go around killing other presidents without nothing really getting done about it. But I don't think, genuinely don't believe it would have caused a civil war. The Suns, as Quinn said in the Mayans, you guys kill each other more than we kill USA. Don't know why I'm putting the SA accent on Quinn. It should be more of a boring bastard kind of voice. But yeah, the Suns were different to the Mayans. But that is the results. The people have spoken. Jack should have covered it up. He should have, in fact, dragged Jury's name through the mud, pretend that he was a rat to get off scot free. And Jax was on the redemption arc in the last 3 episodes. Yeah, season 7, he'd killed a lot of people, a lot of innocent people, but once Abel told them that the truth and he confirmed it with Juice, I think it makes zero sense that Jack's his priority is to getting off with the Mayhem folk. His priority was ending Gemma and putting, an end to his life and setting the club on the correct path. And the correct path wasn't for him to lead anymore. With us, Mayhem folk hanging over that club and the whole organisation. And he said that himself. He's like, I'm going to protect the organisation. I'll make sure they vote the right way. So for me, I'm actually going to go with the minority. I feel like a lot of these minority votes are coming through these days, and I'm going with them. So I'm going to go with the no. 25%. We have one comment. Vegan for life. Jury did reach for his gun though. So was it self-defense, to be fair? Jax couldn't live after finding out Gemma killed Tara though, so he was good with it. And that pretty much wraps the nail on the head. Like, honestly, if Jax never finds out, right, that Gemma killed Tara and he believes that it's the Chinese and, Henchman and Rower in town, all that talk, what went down at that forum, Jackie? If he's not willing to check out, then he is going to fight this Mayhem folk to the day he dies. But he found out Gemma killed Tara, and that was the final nail in the coffin for him and the Mayhem folk. And that's where we'll leave it, guys. A lot more theories to come. The reviews are all set in stone, they're all done. But we'll be back very soon with more theories and ranking videos across all 7 seasons as well. So a lot of fun content to come. But until next time, peace.